Welcome, Cancer Leo, to your mid-month and end of the month reading, guys. Pushing them both together, the small month, but also need to get that Mercury retrograde reading up as well. So want to make sure we have enough room there. Okay, guys, let's get in here and see what's going on with you. Going to bring out career, money, and direction. And then getting into your love life, personal life. So let's get in here and see what's going on with you. Welcome back, all subscribers. Anyone new, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Next message, please, for the beautiful Cancer Leo. Got some intuition coming out with the High Priestess. Two of Swords, mental conflict, to the Four of Wands, foundations and achievements. Okay. Some clarifying cards on these. I do see one thing. It does feel like with the High Priestess over here, it's saying that this has become more silent. You might even be observing a situation a little bit more. You might even feel like some kind of information is being held back from you within the career zone. Remember, this is career, finances. It could be by you or others. Let's see. Clarify, please, on the mental conflict. We have the King of Swords coming out. King of Wands, or King of Pentacles, excuse me, King of Pentacles. And the Queen of Cups coming on the Four of Wands. There's an energy shift. Major energy shift here. It's almost like there's something much more external. It almost feels like it's no longer just a feeling with the Queen of Cups. It's now become, something that's I'm becoming mentally aware of. So now it's almost like you're seeing the decisions and seeing those discussions or hearing those discussions. And there's other people influencing this outcome. We have three people sitting here. We have the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. I do feel like you are, mostly the Queen of Cups. Because it's going to start with you and the way that you're seeing your Four of Wands, the way you're perceiving this stuff, the way you're using your intuition within the cup. And you have over here, this place of where it's feeling like stalemate with the Two of Swords. So I just feel like not knowing which way to go, waiting on this clarity. You could even be avoiding a necessary decision that is sitting on the table for you, but maybe you don't want to take it. Maybe, you want to have more information on that before you just leap into that. But your outcome card really is the Four of Wands in this situation, because it's showing the resolution that leads to that stability, having that overall agreement, saying, I'm laying the foundation. I just need more. Show me more within this time of the month. Show me more. I need more information. So I do feel like in the end, a decision will be finalized, but I don't think it's going to happen this month, because this month it's more saying, I'm looking at this from a different perspective. The end of the month is saying, I'm stabilizing the situation. I'm still in a place of tension because of this situation. And it could be the people who are communicating with you, with the King of Swords, whether it's a boss or an advisor or somebody very just logical. They're bringing the truths and the facts, but it's still having a hard conversation. Still opening up to maybe their ideas, the way they want to do something. Or maybe, it's almost like they're Why do I feel like for some of you, it's like, yeah, they're putting it out there, but they're not giving the whole truths. They're holding back some of the information. They're kind of like, well, if you're not going to take the deal, I'm not going to give you all the information. Oh my gosh, I hate those. Because those are those type of things that you, oh my gosh, like when you're getting into a new job, they only give you the specifics of certain things, but they never give you the overall what you're looking at, right? Sort of like those work at home things. They make it look all great and all grand, and I make all this money and I do all this stuff. But what they don't realize is it's pennies on the dollar, right? It's going to take a long time to get this piece going. Maybe it's something that they've been practically thinking about that they want you to be a part of, but it's like from scratch. So it's literally scratching at the surface. That's crazy. And they're saying there's a lot of money to be made, right? This involves, you know, I'm going to, we're going to up our security. We're going to have long-term planning for this situation. Or it could literally just be another person. For some of you, this is, they're focused on what makes sense. So you could have two people over here, one saying, yeah. So I do feel like, for a lot of you, I just think that it's somebody who's communicating this and letting you know the stability that's going on. If you know that the King of Pentacles is someone else, that's fine. Because it just feels like they're saying this is where the long haul is. This is where the agreement is coming, but you're just not sure at this time. It's like, I want more. I want more paperwork. I want more information. You're looking at something that's making more sense. Logic is logic, and that's great and all, but does it always work? Right? If you guys are having any kind of at work problems with coworkers, it could just be you also. I'm going to bring that one in right now, trying to keep the harmony with everybody. Okay, maybe you're having some issues, or you're watching The Office with have issues with each other, and you're just trying to play peacemaker. Okay. So I do feel like no matter what, though, there's this kind of like triangle going on here. It's kind of like, it's like if we put them in a triangle, we would have, right, look like that. Because it would definitely be logic versus practicality versus emotion, right? And it becomes this big triangle. I definitely see the triangle sitting there. It's almost like everybody has their own opinion of, on the workplace of what should happen. It could just be you saying, you know what, but I have my own opinions about the situation, but I need to have you show up with more information. So you could feel like, in some cases there's too many voices and not enough information. Overall card is the the Two of Wands. Yeah. I just feel like the Two of Wands is like, I'm going to put my hand on this wand and I'm just going to, have this better understanding. I'm going to listen, sit back, listen to the input that's coming out before I make any deep commitments to any kind of situation at this time. So I just feel like right now you're in the processing, the logical mind processing of getting everything together. Is this worth it? Is it not? My advice, take it or leave it. It doesn't really matter. The only thing I'm really seeing here is not every voice around you has its final say, guys. Okay. There's always going to have to be, wisdom versus logic versus practicality versus truth, right? Before you commit to anything. So if they're being in a hurry or in a rush about any certain situation, then I would always be careful of that. You need to ask yourself, then why? Is there a deadline? How come you didn't say there was a deadline? Ask the extra questions. Don't let somebody railroad you. Okay. I actually kind of want to see what the fire horse energy about this says and how it's pushing you at this time. To the Fool. I would say just stop sitting on uncertainty. Step into the leadership. You got the Fool to the Chariot. Just remember, no matter what, guys, even, no matter what the situation is, because for some of you it feels like you're having some kind of problems at work with other people, just remember you're not their caretaker, okay? Keep the drama for their mama. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and look at your money, or at your love. I'm sorry, that was money. Love. Best message for love. I'm going to move these over just a little bit. I'm going to put them this way where we have the extra room. Or we can do it this way. I've been doing it that way. I think it looks fine. Okay, let's go, guys. You have the Magician to the Strength card. Triumph and Success. Ace of Swords to the Six of Swords. Moving on. Somebody's having some kind of, it could be you or them. Take it how it resonates. I'm going to put it as you for now. If you know it's the other way around, that's fine. But I just feel like, you're actively trying to take back your willpower. Keep your strength alive throughout this situation. I just feel with the Magician to the Strength over here, it's almost like you're saying, it's okay, I can handle this. I can rise above this. I can control this. I got this. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. It's having that truth and that realization coming out. Or you attempting to be honest about this situation when it comes to this, and then moving on, attempting to move away. Having this understanding, it's time. It's time to go. I'm not, You may notice, that this movement is without closure, though. So far, we have no closure. It's almost like you've put down the understanding, the realization, like, this is not working. I've got to go. But unless we grab some cards, there's no closure. It's like you're trying to leave mentally, yet not truly energetically. So it could be that you're trying to leave, but you're holding tight to this situation. Kind of an imbalance. It could be them, though, too. We'll see, because it could also be that you're mentally phasing out to the situation. They're holding on tight. So we're going to look at this. Let's clarify on that, because that could be it, too. While you're trying to walk away, they may be trying to hold on. Saying, where are you going? Don't leave. It's not over. Okay, so look, we got the Magician at the bottom, so we do know you're wielding some magic down here. But do you see that? Resistance to change. I'm not sure if it's them or you, we're going to see here in a second. Like I said, put it where it needs to be. We've got the Hermit in reverse to the Seven of Cups. I think that should be right side up, only for the fact it would make more sense. Yeah, it has to be, because that's showing the confusion to the fantasy. I don't think it really mattered in the point, though. I mean, because no matter what, even if it's in reverse, it's going to be... But see, this is going to say that you have those, that you know that you have choices. See, the other one is confusion. But this says, no. It's no matter what, it's going to be fantasy versus reality. So I don't think that it matters. Keep going. Move on. That definitely has to be in reverse, guys. 10 of coins to the 2 of cups to the Ace of Wands. With the Ace of Wands coming out as the Sun. Ooh, push them to the side. Yeah, because it's saying I'm pulling away. I'm withdrawing from my own wishful thinking. I have other choices and other things that I want to do and other opportunities. Having some long-term attachment, though, so this person could feel like they're sharing patterns with you. It's you versus them. It's like it could be fantasy versus reality as well, but it's also you versus them at this time, because it does feel like you're putting yourself away. You're pulling yourself away. You said over here, I'm withdrawing. I've lost interest in this connection. I don't want to be here anymore. So definitely withdrawing. And they're saying they're too connected to you. They don't want you to pull away. You guys have been dating for 6 months, 5 months, a year, whatever, but they're too connected to you. They don't want this breakup. So they're holding tight. They've tethered themselves to you and they're going to continue to keep trying to get you back. Like I said, if you know it's the other way around, that's fine. But there's definitely an emotional disconnect here where they felt like there's still attraction, there's still the spark, there's still the warmth, they still want to be there with you. And you're saying, no, I've lost the interest. So one feels very connected to you, very tethered to you, chain and ball, ball and chain. And you're saying, no, I'm cutting the ball and chain off. And I kind of feel like for some of you, I'm not going to say all of you, to get how it resonates, but some of you, you feel like they're too clingy. They don't let me be myself. They don't let me go out to do the things I want to do. Every 5 minutes they're calling. Where are you? What are you doing? Maybe they even go through your phone because there's some kind of, for some of you, there's some kind of super insecurity going on here. Okay, but it's lacking. This relationship's lacking shit, just straight up life force. Like I feel drained. You're draining me. Let's grab a card to see why they're acting like this. Because I definitely feel like you're trying to walk away physically. Now I feel like it's physically. Before it was emotionally. Or, emotionally, mentally. But now I'm actually starting to see with the Ace of Wands. You said, no, I'm done. See, because before it was mentally in your mind. You're like, I'm done. I'm just going to pull away. But now I actually see you actually leaving Ace of Wands. So it's them who's feeling emotionally tethered to you. It's them who doesn't want to. And maybe you do as well. You know, maybe for some of you, you feel like, you know, this is kind of shitty, but I don't feel it, right? But no matter what, I don't feel that this is a clean, this is not a clean situation. You don't feel the heartache the way they're feeling the heartache. That's just because you tried to leave as nice as possible without making it messy. They're trying to make it messy, not you. Okay? You're pulling away and just comfortably putting yourself into your own zone, into your own world, into your own place. They want to keep themselves tethered to you and try to make it as messy as possible. Absolutely. But they feel like if they make it as messy as possible, they'll get some kind of forgiveness. They'll get some kind of recovery from you. They feel like you'll come back to them. If I keep telling them I love them and, you know, and that I'm regretful that I did this and I'm sorry. And it's just doing it for their own emotional safety in some ways. But I feel like this was the way of you doing it also for your emotional safety without having to make things drawn out, messy. If I just avoid this situation and back up nicely, then I can move on nicely. I won't have to feel, you know, all the heartache. You're trying to spare yourself emotional distress. Because you already had emotional distress anyways. You just don't want it overcoming. You see what I mean? You don't want it so overblown out. You're like, no, I'm trying to build an empire over here. I don't have time for all these love games. So, I mean, that's pretty much why they're acting this way, is because they really think that if they stand up for themselves and stand up for this love, you'll come back to them. If I cry and I act out and I, tell you all these crazy things, you'll come back to me. That's why. Right. So I just feel like you're trying to avoid as many of the hard decisions as much as possible. Okay. So they're kind of stalled, guys. They're stalled. They're gonna stall because they're gonna realize that there's nothing they can do to reach out that's gonna bring you back. It looks like you pretty much made up your mind. Okay, if you know you didn't, then that's fine. I'm just reading what I see. Everybody has their own. Okay, so let's see what the cards say over here. Overall message. You could feel that there was a lot of deception in this relationship. Okay. And another card. Yeah. Pulling away. I'm done deciding. I'm done playing games. I've made up my mind. I've been running around this decision for a long time, and now it's time to say goodbye. That's what it looks like. Okay. And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.